Hello, and welcome on back to Baseless Claims, our casual conversational comedy podcast. My name is Tay, holy shit, it's 2022.
My name is Tori, your sweet little baby Christmas angel boy Thompson.
Oh, put you on top of my tree. Gonna be all pretty and shit.
My name is Tyler. Get out of my seat, Matheson.
Yeah. Someone take your seat sort of in life or what?
No,
I'm imagining that Tyler kicked a pregnant woman out of her seat on the bus. That's what I'm imagining.
I'm just imagining he kicked a pregnant woman, but go ahead.
That shows what you guys think of me.
Are we
Yeah,
fucking
it does.
wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't do that. I'd be the sweetest, most precious little boy, but inside my head, I'd be like, why do you get that seat? I want that seat. No, I went to a showing of Spiderman No Way Home. Y'all got T-Mobile, by the way?
No, I'm on a good service.
Yeah, I'm on Mint Mobile.
Which is T-Mobile. Did you say you're on Boost Mobile?
Mint Mobile.
I'm sorry, Ryan
That's
Reynolds' bad service?
I was 100% sure that was just a fake-ass thing that Ryan Reynolds was using to make more money. He's
No,
like, I'm
it's-
handsome, people will pay me.
No, it's absolutely great. I pay. Welcome to the boost, or not the boost, the fucking ad for Mint Mobile in this episode. I literally pay $15 a month for like decent service. And since I'm never outside of the city, like I'm never like not using too much data or whatever the fuck.
I don't trust that. I don't trust indie brand like mobile companies.
And it's not because small brands can't be good. It's because small brands in that space aren't allowed to be good legally.
Exactly. They don't own the satellites.
My service has been doing just fine.
It's because they got the Deadpool, man.
And Detective Pikachu.
No one's going to remember him for that one.
I
be
fucking
honest.
will.
No one's going to remember that flick. That was a bad flick.
You shut your fucking mouth.
Look, if you're older than 7 years old, that was a bad flick.
No, it was a great movie. Fuck you.
The Sonic movie, ageless. Pikachu, 7 and under. That's the limit.
No, they're both fantastic. Also, at some point during this episode, do we want to talk about Idris Elba as Knuckles? Because that's fucking awesome.
We've talked about it
Well, we
already.
just talked
we were
about
on the
it.
scoop.
Great.
All right,
awesome.
cool. Great.
We
Yeah.
were hot on the scoop. Anyway, you got to get T-Mobile because they do this thing called T-Mobile Tuesdays where they give you like a bunch of free stuff. You just log on every Tuesday and they're like, here's a bunch of free shit. Thanks, guys. And a lot of times they give out $4 movie tickets. And this week it was for No Way Home. And I was like, yeah, all right, I'll go see that. So I get my $4 movie tickets, head on over to the AMC, ready to sit down with my popcorn, watching Spiderman do his big old swings and watch Zendaya just be pretty. And
She is really pretty.
she's very pretty, but they just don't have a lot for her to do in those movies. And they try and be like, no, she's also really smart.
She just doesn't care, though.
Yeah, it's like, okay, just give her a plot then. Give her any semblance of something to do in these movies. And they're like,
Do you want to see Tom Holland's ass? And you're like, yeah, but like also give her more plot.
but I had heard from like TikTok that people were stealing seats at theaters to watch No Way Home because they're like, oh, spoilers. Like I can't be presented with spoilers if all of the things I know that are going to happen during the movie happen. And it's like,
What?
okay. But I get there. I thought that was just like a TikTok, like, haha, funny. What if someone was doing this? This motherfucker was actually in my seat. Like, this dude was like ass planted. Like, he had set up a fort around himself. He had even put a jacket in the seat next to him
Oh
to
my
be
God.
like, oh no, this is mine.
What?
And you didn't show up as the movie was fucking starting. I'm assuming you were like 15 minutes ahead of time.
Yeah, I showed up before the trailer started, like before they have Nicole Kidman do her very bad speech, which makes me think she's never seen a movie, but that's beyond the point.
Yeah, you didn't have to watch a single Maria Menounos commercial.
I showed up right before the trailer started. So he was just getting greedy, okay? And like, you buy seats. This isn't the Wild West anymore where theaters are like first come, first serve. It's like, nah, you reserve those seats. So I'm like, hey, I think those are mine. Man doesn't say a word. He's just like,
Oh my God.
and then I've never seen a human being get up slower, and my grandpa had bad legs. Like, the man used a cane, and I've still never seen someone get up slower than this man, who's like grabbing all of his stuff slowly. And it's like, bro, why are you giving me a hissy fit? You're 1,000% in the wrong here.
Yeah, if you're playing the grift, like, look, if you can get into a movie and see it without paying, more power to you on that one. But if someone comes into a reserved seat theater and goes, you're sitting in my seat, see, it says it right here on my ticket, and they act like you're the asshole, I think that you should get to fight them.
I didn't want to, because this man was about 6'4". So I'm not going to win that.
Probably could move on that one, actually.
Yeah, a good whole 12 inches above your head.
Yeah. Everyone knows it. I do want to make it clear yet again. I am 5'2". I just need everyone to know that I am.
Yeah. When you're picturing this podcast in your head, you're picturing all of us talking. Picture Tyler about, 6 inches shorter than anyone else.
Yeah. I'm 5'2". 5'2 and a half.
Not being the shortest in the room feels kind of great, actually. So if we could keep that narrative up, that'd be fantastic.
I shrink every day too. Like tomorrow I'll be 5'2 and a quarter. I'm just gradually shrinking.
It's like Benjamin Button, but for height.
But it's like, dude, look, we all know what's about to happen in this movie. I'm not going to say anything, but we all know what's about to happen in this movie. And then the other thing is, I don't know what I would have done if he would have just said no.
That's true, because that takes a lot of confidence.
I'm confused. Did he pick up all of his shit and go to where he was assigned seats?
No, that motherfucker did not have tickets.
He didn't buy a ticket.
What?
Yeah. Dude,
how did he get past the usher?
They don't give a fuck anymore.
This isn't the 1950s, Tay.
Right, but don't they have a guy checking tickets?
No, I buy tickets online and they're like, oh, I got them online. And they're just like, all right, just fucking go.
Yeah, I haven't been to a movie theater in quite a while, if you could tell.
Exactly. So I don't know why you're posing expert on this whole shindig. You don't know shit. You don't even know what a movie theater is at this point. I could tell you that they have hot tubs at the bottom, right in front of the screen. You'd believe me.
That'd be so sick, though.
Coming to an AMC near you. No, because people are so hounding for this movie so they can see, oh, but what if Spiderman doesn't save the day this time?
Oh, Trevor, do you think that they're going to quip in this movie?
I hope they do.
And if you're there to see the good Marvel movie because you are a Marvel fan, why wouldn't you pay for it? Because you're supporting Marvel at that point.
It's hard to buy a ticket for a movie that's sold out across every theater for the next 2 weeks.
Gross.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hey, that's why you got to join T-Mobile Tuesdays. They pre-reserve tickets for you.
Oh, yeah, that's not worth it.
No, not at all.
What? Come on, that's a good service right there.
Nope.
$4 tickets, they pre-reserve seats for you in case you buy them.
I mean, look, the concept is good, but it sounds like you're bragging about this for a movie that what appears to me that you didn't really want to see that much. Okay.
I didn't like it.
The whole time you're like, oh, I guess I was going to go see Spider-Man. And then these nerds were there.
Usually I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero.
Yep,
but
same.
it's just not worth it at this point with those Marvel movies because you know exactly what you're getting into and you're like, oh my fucking God. All right.
It's down to a science at this point. It's like opening act, haha, funny good times with the quips and stuff. And then, something's going wrong. And then you get to the climax and it's like, I don't know if I, the hero of this movie, am going to be able to overcome this thing. And then they overcome the thing until the last second when the bad guy overcomes the overcoming. And then the good guy overcomes the overcoming of the overcoming. And then the movie ends.
Well,
That's
there's always
literally every
no.
Marvel
you forgot, movie. No, you forgot the 3 post-credit scenes that they have to do now.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
I'm just not equipped as a human being for if someone says no in a movie theater. I'm just like, oh, okay, sure. Go ahead, sir. You clearly want this more than I do.
Yeah, because at that point, if he would have looked you in the eye and said no, are you gonna go like tattle?
Usher, he won't get up from my seat.
What are you, a fucking narc?
Yeah, like the employee's gonna be like, "Hey man, can you move?" And he's gonna be like, "No." All right, it looks like you're gonna have to find a different spot, buddy.
Exactly. Like no one could do anything. It's simple and it'd be effective. And I look, I'm glad he didn't do it because I did still pay for that. I don't want to lose that money.
Yeah.
Sure, it was $4, but like, look, I don't want to lose that $8 I bought those tickets for.
You're a man who loves a good deal.
Everyone loves a good deal. Are you kidding me? Especially when you're an AMC Stubs member, Tori. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. I mean, you're living in the lap of luxury when you're an AMC Stubs member.
Oh, you get the best deals. You get that large popcorn. My goodness. But then the other thing you do have to sit through is, if you've been to an AMC theater recently, that trailer before every movie of Nicole Kidman where she describes AMC movies in vivid detail and yet convinces you that she has never once in her life seen a movie despite being in many.
Maybe she doesn't watch. Maybe she only watches things when they're in IMAX, though. Like, I feel like she's just the level of fame where she's like, yeah, these theaters are kind of...
Yeah,
they're so great. Wow.
Do you think at a certain point, like, people are just like, I don't go to pedestrian movies anymore. They're too passe for me. I only go to the 4D, enhanced theaters now.
No, all the like uppity people would be like, you see movies in 4D and 4K. I only watch them in 720 as they were meant to be seen in a 3:4 ratio.
With compressed artifact JPEGs.
I only go to a tiny art house theater that has the same popcorn they've had for 4 years. And I do mean the same batch. It doesn't sell very quickly.
They consider it barrel aged.
There's also a giant tear in the screen that they've patched up with duct tape, and you see it throughout the entire movie.
But they ran out of duct tape halfway through the tear and had to use that cool like ducky duct tape that middle school girls use on their notebooks.
It was so fun to watch Lamb on that screen.
I don't know what movie theaters can do to get better, though. Like, they already got the reclining seats. And at this point, like, I don't know what else I could ask for. They have cup holders. They have reclining seats. I'm not that picky. Like,
yeah, the theaters
it.
that have the better stuff you don't like, so.
All right, hear me out. Premium headphones that you rent that they clean.
Oh,
after
you mean
everyone.
like your everyday E24 earbuds?
No, not fucking Raycons. I'm talking about like real like Sennheiser bullshit.
But then you don't get Dolby Atmos. Then you're just
I don't
want to
wear headphones when I watch movies.
Fair.
Bad idea, Tay. Next one.
I'm sorry.
Terrible idea, Tay.
Come on, we're trying to
Next
punch
idea.
up movie theaters here. Next one. Come on.
All right.
Okay. What if there was a guy?
Tay, shut up. You had your fucking chance. I'm sorry, Tyler. Tay, get out. Go get coffee.
All right,
Tay, go
bye.
get us coffee.
Go get coffee.
Go
Okay,
get
what
us
do you want?
coffee.
Well, what do you want?
Coffee.
Do you want black coffee or do you want like,
Coffee.
lattes?
Coffee,
I shouldn't
Tay,
have to
go.
ask.
Okay, fine. Jesus.
Go.
Tyler, I love
Jesus
your
Christ.
energy. Go. What is it? Let's punch up movie theaters. Let's go.
So what if there's a guy at the bottom of every movie theater, like right at the stairs, right? And he's got that Tom Hanks mustache and like the Polar Express, and he's got an actual ticket puncher, and he's just riddled with like the little punches he leaves, all that like
Oh, they're
paper.
all over his coat. Love it.
And like right before the movie starts, he says, "Shh, everybody quiet now." And then he lets you know, like after the credits, like, stick around, there's a post-credit scene. And then when you walk out, he shakes your hand and tells you to have a nice day.
Love that. Bring some of that old-fashioned charm back to the movie theater. A little bit of class. Make it a date night that's worth your time again.
And they all do have to look like Tom Hanks in the Polar Express.
Sure, it's going to be very. I mean, look, there's already a labor shortage, so it's going to be pretty tough to find people who look like that. But
Hey,
you know.
but for the people who look like that, fuck, I just got them all a job.
Yeah, you did. Minimum wage. They can't wait. That's going to be awesome.
Tay,
All
you
right,
back
Tay.
with that coffee yet?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm literally walking right back into the room after you have just asked me that question. Tori,
Bring it to
here.
me.
Yeah. Tori here.
This is piss. This is nothing.
Tyler,
this is
Tyler,
water.
Tyler, Tay didn't bring. That was my piss. We've been in this meeting a long time.
Oh, that was piss. That was your piss.
That was
that was my piss that I put in a cup on your desk 3 hours ago. The coffee is still in my hand.
Oh, that explains it. Okay, go on.
Yeah. Okay. So Tori, here is your medium Columbia roast, black as always.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the stuff Daddy likes.
Okay, and Tyler, here is your dark Kona roast from the quick trip down the road with 1 pump of cinnamon swirl pump and 1 of the marshmallow.
Oh, you can have that back. I don't like coffee.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that.
I just wanted to get you out of the room.
Right, I recognized that, and I got this coffee for me. This was never for you to be in with.
No, put it in the garbage. No, put it in the garbage. You don't get to have it.
Tay, I'll shoot you between the eyes. Cut that.
All right, you got any ideas for movies? This is the last idea. This is your last chance.
All right, as a non-movie goer, I think it would be cool if in a movie theater they had on they already got so much good stuff in them bad boys.
Well, I mean, I don't know. They don't have an old man that looks like Tom Hanks in the Polar Express punching tickets and getting paper mache all over himself.
That is a very good thing that I did overhear at the last second walking back into the room with your coffees. I think that having a
Too late.
I got it. You know how movies that aren't Marvel movies are like really, really boring because they're trying to like, and then this happened. It was so sad. And it's like super, super boring. And it like starts
Dune.
losing.
Like Dune, how it's a humorless movie.
Yeah, it just takes it's so humorless and no one wants to watch that kind of stuff. And we need to get people like audiences engaged. So what if there's a guy that runs out big energy like Gallagher and he has like a t-shirt cannon that's been converted to fire hot dogs and he just starts blasting them into the crowd.
During the movie.
He's screaming. He's like, eat my dogs! Boom, 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 boom. And if
Okay.
you're sitting in the front row, it's going to be a rough day.
That's pretty neat.
Is there an intermission or does he just do it in the middle of the movie?
No, he does it in the middle of the movie because it's so fucking boring. No one's quipping. It's like sad. Like no one gives a fuck about that. You need something to keep audiences engaged until it starts getting fun again.
That's it. It's going to get butts in the seats.
I did come up with an idea though. What if there was a baby trebuchet that if someone brings a baby to the movie theater, you are like legally obliged to put this baby inside the baby trebuchet and it goes away.
It's considered a civic duty to launch this baby into the ether so that, sorry, don't ruin my movie.
It's what Rome was about to implement before, they fell.
Right.
Like it was one of the civic responsibilities
Sure.
at their whenever they did plays and stuff.
Okay. Rome hasn't done a play in a long time.
Well, imagine it. Someone's trying to do a dramatic like, "Oh, Father, I hath died. Doth anyone shut that thine babyeth uppeth?"
So it's really funny that you're saying like thine and thee in that because
Bruh,
that's like,
they spoke Roman. I don't fucking know.
yeah, you're quoting old English shit.
Spoke Roman.
Yeah, what the fuck did they speak? No one knows. That's lost to time. How did they
It's
talk,
called
Tay?
Latin.
Shut up, nerd.
Shut up, nerd. This is why you have no good ideas.
This is
why your theater ideas are bad. And the old men with hot dog launchers and ticket stubs are great.
So when one of Caesar's greatest quotes is like "Vini Vidi Vici" or whatever, People miss.
So they're Italian.
Who wants a hot dog? Doof, 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 doof. Sorry, I had to keep people listening.
And when Caesar said that, it meant something like victory, something victory, or whatever like that, right? But no, what it actually translates to is someone catapult that baby out of here, please.
Yeah, someone launched that kid. Bye. Hate it.
That's why he got assassinated, was because like he had just launched way too many, and then he launched like one of the senator's babies, and they're like, that ain't chill with us anymore. I was okay when it was other people's babies, not mine.
Yeah, now that you shot my kid. I didn't love the kid, but like, it's my only son right now, so I just got to make sure my legacy is going to live on. But yeah, so you can launch my neighbors, but I'm going to cut your hands off now.
I am going to stab you a lot of times.
In the back, really.
Look, the holiday season is coming up, and
what do you mean
it's here,
coming
actually.
up?
Well, it's Christmas
literally
Eve
right
today.
here. It's literally right now.
It's literally right under my feet.
As you're listening to this show, it is now.
It is now. So whether you're at a party right this second, or whether you're going to a Christmas party tomorrow, if you're listening to this day of release, we got to lay down some laws here, okay? We got to help people with their etiquette questions for Christmas parties. So,
Oh, God.
I got a couple situations here that we're going to talk through to prepare everyone for proper, respectful etiquette during family Christmas gatherings. Now, I'm pretty sure I called this etiquette questions, but both of you are saying that you've never
definitely
heard
did
that
not.
word.
I'm
No.
positive you never called it etiquette questions.
You
Well,
have
now it's
never,
etiquette questions.
Ever
Okay.
in my life.
Now it's
said
welcome
those
to etiquette
words.
questions. Unless I listen back and it had a better name before. then
I'm
gonna-
positive it did, man. I'm
guarantee
damn
you
near
it
positive
did.
that etiquette
Yep.
questions was not the final version of that one.
It wasn't. Episode 96, I called it Find Your Manners, which objectively is a much better name. Welcome to Find Your Manners, Christmas edition. The magic of editing will save me. All right, here we go. You get a terrible gift from someone, but you really only see them twice per year. Now, your proper and respectful etiquette for navigating this situation. Are you going to pretend that this is the greatest thing on earth? Are you going to give a quaint little thank you? Or are you going to say, what is this? What's the proper way to go about this?
Now, the question is, what do you actually not? Because I've gotten that before where I actually didn't know what the gift was. Someone gave it to me and they were looking at me like, huh? And I didn't know what it was or what the use
also
case
been
was.
in that situation.
So that's a tough one to get around.
Also, how dog shit tier of a gift are we talking? Are we talking like just like I'm never going to use this, or is this dog shit tier?
It's just a piss poor gift. We don't
Yeah.
want to get lost in the weeds here too much. We want to help these people navigate their tricky Christmas situations. So, what's each of your guys' route? What do you think is the proper way to go about it?
Definitely not the last one.
So you're not saying anything, you coward?
I'm definitely not saying what the fuck is this. That's just not a great situation, because by the time you're giving gifts at an event, it's the halfway point of said event. So there's no easy ripcord out of that situation if you fuck up.
You can't be like, sucked, Jim, peace. It doesn't work that way. I'm going to go full in. If you said you see him twice a year, I'm full in like, oh my God, thank you. I was actually just talking, Mackenzie, remember I was just talking about this? Like I needed one of the, thank you so much, because it doesn't matter to them.
Now that's interesting you
See-
say that, because I took you only see them twice a year. Like if I think of that situation, I think of like, well then, nothing lost if I burn a bridge right now.
Oh,
It wasn't
That's-
a big part of my year.
That's
Yeah.
a little bit where I'm at too, actually. Like if someone that I don't talk to regularly gives me a gift that's like meh, I'm going to be like, oh, thank you. And then I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm not going to overact or anything like that. Like I'm happy that they gave me the gift and the sentiment is there, but I'm not going to go head over heels over this fucking Hot Wheels car or whatever the fuck it is.
Tori, you're overacting when you get gifts. You're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. You're like
it
a
depends.
child?
It really depends on like if the look I'm getting. But if it's like isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Or if they're giving me the I'm going to try and sate them.
So I think the thing we've learned here is you do want to, if you are in a situation like this, you do want to try and make them feel good because, look, if you try and make someone feel like shit on Christmas, you're the piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, they're
That's
not
true.
the piece of shit for getting a bad gift.
I don't think there's ever a situation where you're in the right for making someone feel like shit on Christmas.
Yeah. If someone gets you something, wraps it up, and then gives it to you, you're a piece of shit if you go, fuck this.
Actually, yeah. Yeah.
You would have to be some kind of sociopathic monster, but if any of you do want to try it out and let us know how it goes, boy, I'd just be so curious.
If it goes over really well, that's a tactic I'm going to have to toss in the old arsenal.
Like, I could never do that, so kudos to you. You gotta let us know how that went. You gotta give us the full details of that. But now moving on to another Christmas question. At dinner, all right? Let's assume the average age of our audience is around our age or younger. So like mid-20s down to about 17, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You're still at the kids' table, or you're like not a respected opinion at the main table.
Sure. If
Don't
they
I
ever knew you
fucking
as a
know
kid, then you will never be taken seriously.
No,
Unless
you will
you're
never
the
be taken
oldest kid.
seriously. Until you are like 45 and make more money than they do, you're not going to be respected ever. So give up that fucking fantasy. You want a man's meal, all right? You're not looking like, oh, I'm just going to like have a little bit. Maybe I'll eat when I get home. No. You want the king share.
Okay.
You see that last piece of sliced honey ham or turkey or whatever the fuck it is that you eat. You going for that?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
I have an absolute pet peeve of the Midwest and there being one like item left of some shareable thing and no one fucking touching it out of politeness. Right? So whenever we go to a Red Lobster and they always give you the odd amount of fucking Cheddar Bay biscuits, there's always one left and you have to sit there in a fucking awkward state of superposition of, is someone going to take that or am I going to be the asshole to take it? Stop thinking that way, you Midwestern brainwashed idiot. It's food. Take it and eat it. Fuck.
No, you are the asshole. If you take
That
the
was a
last thing,
test.
you are the asshole. Well, I don't know. I feel like you are past that take because you fucking cleaned up those cocktail weenies I made.
I didn't have the last one. Fuck you.
See? And now you're denying it.
What are you talking about? There were at least 7 left when I was done eating those.
I believe you've been caught in a logic puzzle. Owned.
What? I was full, though, is the thing. If there was like...
And you just couldn't help yourself, could ya?
Okay, chill. But also, like, I wasn't polishing those off. There weren't like 3 left, and I was hungry for 2 of them. That wasn't my position.
But you have no problem taking the last of a shareable item?
Yeah, if I am feeling hungry and there's one shareable item left, I will eat it. Because what the fuck else is the alternative?
You're a monster.
What's
You're
the
an
alternative,
absolute
huh?
monster.
What's the alternative, Tyler? Tell me.
That's for Pop Pop. That's for
Okay.
Pop Pop because he's growing old.
Oh, so the oldest person at the table, you think? Okay.
So what if Pop Pop doesn't take it out of the same sense of obligation to not eat the last thing, and it goes to waste?
Then it goes to waste because it should be Pop Pops.
Then everyone's the asshole.
It should have been Pop Pops. Tori, your stance?
Look, I'll take the last piece of honey ham. Gang, like,
Thank you.
I'll read the room a little bit, but like, I won't put some of that juicy meat right in my mouth.
Yeah, if it helps you, Tori, to do that, where the only way you'll take that last piece of honey ham is if no one is looking, all the power to you. At least you still took the last piece. And it didn't just sit there going cold and bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let it go to waste. I love that shit.
I think the problem I have is that,
You're socially awkward.
yeah, that's another big problem. Is that like I can't be the one that does that. because I'm just so worried about the confrontation. I know it'd be a wild thing to happen, but I'm so worried that the second I reach my fork for the last juicy, like you just see the moisture and the smoke like rising off of it, and it's just like delicious looking. Like it's almost like floating, like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Like it's just like floating on the plate in front of you. I know the second I reach for my fork, I'm worried someone's going to be like, "Hey, that guy's trying to steal the last piece of honey ham."
Your fork is going to enter the flesh of the meat, and from the dining room, you're going to hear someone go, like, "Oh, I heard that Leukemia Susan wants the last slice of ham." And you're like, "No," as it's going down your fucking throat.
Leukemia Susan.
Well, looks like this was Grandpa's last Christmas.
Did he fucking die at the table?
Of hunger, Tori. Of hunger. He died of hunger because I took the last delicious, juicy piece of honey ham.
He was waiting until everyone got good and full and jolly, and he was like, I will suffer for now. I'll eat the scraps.
And then my family will charge me for murder. They will take me to court. The full extent of the law.
That's a reasonable fear to have, I think. So probably good etiquette to just like, especially if you live in the Midwest or whatever, just leave it probably.
See,
settled.
This has
Bang,
happened.
Judge hammer.
This has happened before, where someone said something to me after I took the last of something. There was a bowl of carrots on the table at a family gathering, and I ate the last carrot, and I am still, to this day, getting made fun of for eating the last carrot. This happened 4 years ago.
See, that's my fear. That's my greatest fear. Is that
you just
then I'm
confirmed
the
it.
guy forever at every family gathering. I am forever known, not as Tyler, but as like, oh, we invited the ham thief this year, I guess.
Yep.
And it's like,
Yep.
fuck.
Yeah, that's completely valid, honestly.
This
But
was like
if you really
5
think
years
about it-
ago.
If you think about it, who's the bigger asshole? You for filling your tum-tum, or your like extended family making fun of you for something completely arbitrary because they have nothing else going on in their lives?
It doesn't matter who I think is the bigger asshole. It's whoever has the most supporters. Like, if there's more people on Tyler's an asshole team, then I'm never winning.
It's who does the family like the most is who's winning that one. So
Oh, I'm never winning that one. Anyway.
Speaking of Pop in his last Christmas,
uh-oh.
he says something real problematic during the festivities, right?
Yeah,
Like,
just give me an example to get my mind in the right spot.
Yeah, verbatim. What is an example, Tyler?
I don't think I want to go there because I don't agree with what Pop's saying. But let's say
Right, but how
brings
would we
up
know
some.
this?
Let's say he brings up some like bullshit statistics on crime. Okay, let's say he does that one.
Like, what kind of statistic are we talking? Can you give me some numbers?
Are you gonna say anything to Pop, or are you just calculating the number of years he has left, and you're like, you know what, not worth it?
I don't know, because it kind of splits. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be like, oh, listen here, you old fucking man, I'm gonna beat you to death now. Like, I'm not gonna get that kind of mad. But like, my grandpa said some off-color shit. He's 90 years old, and I'll shoot him a look. And then my grandma will try and correct him to be PC, but she somehow missed the shot even more.
Like, she made the situation even worse, is what you're saying?
She makes it even just a little bit more uncomfortable. But like, I'll definitely shoot him a little look, or I'll be like, I just think it's this way. But
I think that's the play. I think the play is a lot of times with what you're talking about in this instance, they're expecting some sort of reaction, or a lot of times laughter, or just like a vitriol, like, yeah, that's right, Pop, I totally agree with you. So I think the way to combat that is to just like give them a very flat response and go, and then just don't engage.
Okay, I don't see it as grandpas are ever looking for a reaction because I think they just say shit. I don't think they're ever looking for a reaction. I think they're just kind of talking to themselves and everyone's kind of required out of respect to like listen to what they have to say.
Yeah, that's like what Pop-Pop does. Now, if like an uncle is like spitting some of that shit, he's looking to rile shit up. Yep. So you have two moves. You can either go like, on the complete defensive and like, okay, we're gonna get in an argument, or you can just be like, yeah, that's right, Uncle Greg, I agree with that, 100%. He's gonna be like, what the fuck just happened?
See, me and you, we're together in this, Uncle Greg. Like, if anything ever happens to either of us, we're both going down, right? Right, Uncle Greg? Me and you together, we're locked in, same shit,
we're ride or die, Greg.
I did see a really interesting tactic on TikTok that someone employed during one of their Christmases. Is when your relatives start spouting conspiracy theory or like right-wing politics.
You just TikTok dance at them? Like
no,
what?
No,
you just hit
no.
like a delicious like, shoulder roll?
That's one thing. But the thing I'm talking about is you one-up them with the conspiracies. So they're just like, I don't take the vaccine. We don't know what's in it. You can be like, oh, yeah, totally. I agree. And did you know that Trump never lost the election and is actually still president and Biden's just a puppet? And then you just keep one-upping them with crazier and crazier shit until you get to the point where you're just like, yeah, and like molecules are actually made of like God particles.
I don't know if I can do that simply out of the fear that they're like, yeah, I should look more into that.
Yeah, there are people. See, Tyler, I know some of your family, and there are certain people in that family that are going to be like, fuck yeah, this kid gets it.
Yeah, like, it's not going to go the way you think upping their conspiracy level, because if they're already a conspiracist, you just fed them more conspiracies.
Yeah,
congrats, Tay. You're the top recruiter this month for QAnon.
Yeah, Uncle Greg's just going to be like, you're right, it is like a Papa John's pizza.
I never thought about it that way.
I'll have to do some reading. Fuck.
The problem is that, like, it depends on your stature in the family on how much your opinion is respected. Because it is just like, there's no catch-all answer for everyone with these etiquette questions. But I can only give my personal experience where people are talking about conspiracies, and then I chime in and I'm like, yeah, I don't agree with...
Haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? No.
Tay, go get coffee again.
Tay, go get coffee. You deserve that one and you know it.
That's fair, bye.
They're all talking conspiracies. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't like those ones, not so into. But I don't think Helen Keller was real.
Okay, so you're going to hit him with your own wacky shit.
Yeah, I hit him with my own wacky. I thought we were all about to have fun with that one. Like, I wanted to adjust it to a fun one and not like something that is potentially threatening to the future of democracy forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yeah, I don't think Helen Keller's real. And they're like, why would you say that, you asshole? Why would you say that? Like, she fought through so many hardships, and I'm like, what the are you fucking kidding? You just insinuated there's a pizza parlor with children enslaved underneath it. All I said was Helen Keller's not real, and I'm the weird one?
You're like, well, there's evidence that she is real. You're like, okay, well,
so
I'm going to head out, actually.
Now we all love evidence.
We all love evidence that like confirms our points. Okay, Pop.
Or what if you show up at the Christmas party and you're real straight edge now? And you start getting mad at other people for drinking. Like you start getting like really aggro on people. Like, whoa, what's up with the wine? What are you doing? You start like collecting it all from them, and not letting anyone have their merry time.
I'm pretty sure that's the fastest way to get to arguments on the Christmas holidays.
Yeah,
because without alcohol, there's no social lubricant for people to just kind of chill and relax.
Yeah,
especially your alcoholic Uncle Jimmy is going to be all like, where's the fucking beer?
Yeah, he's going to come preloaded looking to keep it going.
You think that's the fastest way? I got the fastest way to instantly start a fight at a Christmas party. You ready for this?
You punch, pop.
How's your marriage?
Ooh, that was
Ooh.
pretty good.
That
Jesus.
insinuates that you know something, and then they get defensive, and then they start an argument with their spouse, and then you just sit back and watch it all burn.
Because there's literally nothing innocent about that. Like, you're not going to walk up to a family member ever and just go, how's your marriage?
No, never.
You might do that to, like, your friend who recently got married. But, like, yeah, if you say that shit to your uncle, you know that it's about to get weird.
There is no way to not make that question inflammatory, and that's why it's perfect. It's a surefire just fight. Like, you just broke out a fight, which leads me to my ultimate goal of I don't really want to host Christmas at my mom's house anymore. Someone else can do it. I'd like it if I destroyed this family because then I don't have to do Christmas.
The old Thanos snap of the holiday season. How is your marriage?
But you realize that it's going to be uncomfortable no matter which house it takes place at, right? Or are you just trying to fully break up this family?
I'm trying to fully destroy it.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's actually a good move.
You actually had the perfect example earlier, Tori. My family is like a watermelon. And I am a man named Gallagher.
A gentleman, even.
And I got a big old hammer. And inscribed on that hammer is, how's your marriage? And I am about to just this whole damn shit house.
All right, I can get behind that.
That's a good move. Then you have to do less. It's just like the holidays are no longer like this huge deal anymore. It makes it just cash. I like that.
You sacrifice 2 weeks of like horrible messages from your family, but then you live a fucking Zen life. Just to the end of your days.
I'll tell you what, I might fuck around and break my family up.
Yeah, that sounds like an okay time.
Just to see what happens. Now you do that. You report back to us. Let us know how it went.
Cool.
And then we can decide if it's a good play for the rest of us. You know, like
Yeah.
do it. You do it first.
Sure.
And
yeah.
we're right there with you. Like we promise we'll do it next year. But like we just want to know how it went first.
Well,
you know?
I might do it this year because I learned that one of my family members is like very prominently anti-vax, and I'm not about that shit. So who knows? Maybe I'll ruin Christmas this year.
Might fuck around and give them COVID.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. If they're like heavily anti-vax, is like you don't want to go in with how's your marriage, because if you break up the whole family, it might not be necessary. They might not be around for next Christmas.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You brought a cannonball to a situation that requires maybe a 9mm,
Or a
but
pellet gun at most.
yeah. Like you might have way overshot your shot, but hey, I respect it.
I brought C4 to a fireworks show.
Now, we all have separate versions of this at Christmas. Family traditions. What do you do about them? What you got an example? What the fuck do you do with those things?
In years past, my family does fucking musical time where we all bring out our instruments and play music together.
I'm sorry, are you all Mormons? What
What
is
the
this a
fuck
Mormon
are
thing?
you describing right now?
You would think it, but we're a very
Two-sentence
musical
horror story.
Yeah, we're all a very musical family. Like my grandpa plays acoustic guitar and harmonica. My uncle plays bass. My other uncle plays piano and sings. My dad plays guitar. I play violin. Becca plays piano. Just like a lot of musical people all crammed into one room. And then we just start like caroling and shit.
Oh, your neighbors fucking hate you.
No,
I
it's
fucking hate
not,
you.
It's not loud. It's just like
It's an upright bass. It can't not
no,
be loud.
It's an electric bass.
Oh, great. Even worse. Crank that bitch up to 11, and then all of the fucking neighborhood is just hearing the bass line of Jingle Bells, which is, yeah, the best part.
What do all of the people who don't play instruments do during this, like, very merry jam sesh?
They sit and they listen and they go, "Oh, good job, everyone."
Oh, does
they
anyone
hate it.
kill themselves? Because I think I might.
They absolutely hate it. You know, they go into that Christmas like, fuck, I hope Pop doesn't break out the acoustic guitar, because then it's going to be 50 minutes of a goddamn Grateful Dead concert.
When my ex would come over for for Christmas stuff. And we started doing like family song time or whatever. They would literally pull me aside and go, "What the fuck is happening?" And I would have to explain to them what was going on.
What is anyone going to do with family traditions once Gram, and Pop bite the dust? Like, that shit's going to be leaving. Like, already, like, our parents' generation is like, I don't know about the Christmas card thing. And just like anything, who's going to, like, send handwritten birthday cards to people anymore? That's just going to be done. All traditions like that are just done now.
I think
no more.
Like, traditions are what you make of them, right? So, like, you know, there are different tradition types out there where, like, oh, I have a tradition with my friends that whenever we get together on a certain day or whatever the fuck, we do this thing, or we go to a convention every year and shit like that, right? So traditions are what you make of them. Bullshit traditions are just bullshit traditions, and you can stop doing those fuckers whenever you want and do something rad instead.
I think some traditions got to stick around, like the tradition of you got to make sure your alcoholic members of the family don't find their way to the punch bowl. That's a fun tradition. Just like, oh, got to make sure that they don't get a little sip. Otherwise, this place is really cracking open, and suddenly we're going to start talking about, I think teachers are paid too much.
Okay, I mean, maybe we have a different definition of traditions. But
yeah,
sure.
well, like what you're thinking of is like classic traditions, right? Of like boomer shit. I'm talking about like millennial and Gen Z shit where it's just like, yeah, we get together every year and instead of popping a bottle of champagne, we like do a bong rip.
I will tell you who carries on family traditions, and it's the correct answer, and you know it in your heart of hearts. It's your cousin that had children first.
Yep.
That tracks.
Yeah.
That tracks a lot.
They are deeply concerned with carrying on really dumb things. Like, even, I don't even know. Like, I'm worried about what is going to carry on. Well, actually, I don't have to worry because the only side that had traditions, all wiped out. They gone.
From a tradition accident, actually. That's why we don't like to do them anymore in this house.
We had this tradition where we would all like slide down the chimney and like deliver gifts that way. Couldn't get them out one year.
Yeah. Like I thought they were doing it at 6, and so I thought I could, I'd put the fire out before then, but.
So if we're talking about like the first cousin to have their own kids, chronologically, I'd be the first in line to have kids. But that's never fucking happening, so I guess it's gonna...
I'm gonna impregnate you.
Well, I can't wait for you two to have beautiful children and carry on.
I would love to see you fucking try, and I would enjoy
just to own
every
you.
Moment of it.
Just to fucking own you.
Yeah, cream pie me, Daddy Tori. Fuck.
What traditions you gonna start then, Tori? What traditions your family got?
Oh, all the classic ones, like when we go out to the tree farm with Pop, and we leave them. We take him deep out into the balsam firs, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Wait."
You'd think that this is a cruel thing to do, but he's so like in his own head about like his time in Vietnam that
he's deep in dad mode.
Yeah, he's good. He's good out there. It's a yearly reminder about what he went through.
Yeah, it's just I'll leave him with a case of Bush and then see how far he makes it.
He was a tracker back in Korea. He'll find his fucking way back. He always does.
He'll wander home.
That's the tradition, is how many days until Grandpa gets home this year?
Yeah.
And what's the severity of the frostbite this time?
Yep, and what animal carcass will he have wrapped around his shoulders?
Sure, he'll have to just like cut open a horse or some shit and sleep inside of it.
Just some poor fucking horse.
Now that's a fun new tradition. I would like that kind of tradition. Maybe one where we all text Grandma, "Yep, see you on Christmas," and then no one shows. Like we all agree that everyone ghosts. Like full on ghosts, not like we all had something come up last minute, just ghost.
I have a tradition where I invite everyone over to my apartment, and then I make all this food that people are just going to be like eating up, and they love it. But little do they know, I put laxatives in all of it, and right
That's
as
a
I
good
set
one.
it down on the table, I'm like, oh, I'll be right back, guys. I just got to use the bathroom quick, and then I just lock the door and play Switch.
That is a good way to like create a Walking Dead situation for yourself where you have like 20 people like banging on the doors and it is only a matter of time before they get through. Like that is not
That's true.
impenetrable.
I don't got very thick doors.
They are going to get desperate and they are going to start pulling shit off the wall to see what's heavy enough to break through that door.
Well, that's why you have
true.
a pair of like wire cutters or some shit in there so that when they do break down the door or get close to it, you cut the water line and then you get out the window.
Now that's just a problem for me then, because they will still use the toilet, but it will overflow with their wet poop.
Look, I thought I would do a tradition like that. Had people over at my house. You were both there. Mm-hmm. So now this is an interrogation. Someone clogged my goddamn toilet.
What? Really?
Someone clogged my goddamn toilet, and I expected this, right? So I put a plunger next to the toilet. They couldn't be fucking bothered to use it.
Whoa.
They just clogged that shit and left. They didn't give a fuck. And that's the most dangerous person. So which one of you motherfuckers did it?
I will happily inform you that I did not pee or poop that whole time I was there.
Oh, my body's so efficient. I don't produce waste. Fucking whatever. Look, I hated your shitty small wieners, Tyler, and I grabbed a bunch of them and I threw them in the toilet, didn't I?
Whoa.
No, it was poop. It was a poop that I had to plunge.
Oh, I guess those did go down. Pretty good plumbing for the most part then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, great plumbing. Yeah.
Man, then this must have been quite the shit.
It wasn't that it was quite the shit. It was quite the waste of toilet paper.
Hey, one time when I was a kid, I took a shit so big that my dad had to cut it with a kitchen knife in half to get it to flush.
That's
Tori, sometimes you
disgusting.
say things that you don't have to reveal.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
But I'm glad you do.
that's a
Yeah.
straight that's a straight Tay move that you just did right there.
It was really it was just big and thick and it had to be cut like a loaf of bread.
Tori, how much food did you eat at my house?
I ate a decent amount.
Okay.
I also ate a decent amount, but like I said, I did not pee and or poop.
Hey, what point are you trying to prove? Like, you seem like, just so everyone knows, I didn't pee or poop. Like, I don't even know. It must just be a
when
me
it
thing, but I
comes
didn't.
to scapegoating to find out who done it, I'm usually the first to be blamed, and I hate that shit. So I'm clearing my own goddamn name here.
No. We're playing a fucking game of Among Us right now. One of you sussy little bakas is the imposter, okay?
Well, considering
so
that
I'm gonna
10
need-
of the people that
I'm
were
gonna
at that
need you to
party
make your
aren't
case.
in this call.
What chores were you doing? Huh? What were you doing that kept you away from the bathroom? You got any witnesses?
Whoa,
Got any
actually,
eyewitnesses?
now that you say that, I was talking to Tori for a while, but then I stepped away to get like wine or something, and then when I came back, he wasn't there.
Whoa. Tay, we didn't talk at all.
What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, we did.
I was talking with other people. I wasn't talking with you.
I was literally sitting right next to you, you dumbass.
Well, I'm going to believe Tori because I know Tori when he says he didn't talk to you, he means it. Tori, why would Tori talk to you?
Well,
That's true.
no. I talked to Tori. At Tori. Yes, I talked at Tori.
Oh, the plot thickens. So now Tori does acknowledge that Tay was talking at him.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, this Pokemon conversation's really cool, Tay. I'm just going to go freshen up my drink. And then, but here's the thing, Tyler. You know that I don't use toilet paper.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
You know that I just wash my little bum in whatever running water source is closest by. Shower's preferable, but sometimes just a little sink action.
So wait, Tyler, is this a self-report?
No.
You clog
Tori's-
your own toilet?
I think that's about it for the episode, don't we think?
Yeah, it's pretty close
Don't we
to the
think?
end.
Yeah.
Don't we think it's about time to wrap up the episode? Tay, go to the outro. Tay, go to the outro.
I don't wanna. I want you to verbally confirm to us that you clogged your own toilet at your own party.
Well, thank you so much for listening and or watching, wherever you may be listening and or watching. If
There's
you
no
like the
watching
show, why don't you-
anymore. There's no watching anymore. You got to change the outro.
I'm actually cool with it when Tyler does it.
I hate you.
So wherever you are listening to this podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, whether it be Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, why don't you go ahead and leave us a like, favorite, or a review. They really help out the channel. They put us into curated lists. You know, the more interactions, the more people see. So why don't you let the visibility be our Christmas gift, okay? Give us a gift. Write a review, okay? A good one.
It has to be a good one. You can also go over to youtube.com/shapelessmedia and find a video that you're going to like. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, so there's got to be at least one you like there. And that'll be our gift to you, the gift of content, what everyone really wants.
And you know what a great stocking stuffer is this time of year?
It's pod decks.
It's
So
pod
pod
decks.
decks are going to be the cards.
You're
that
not
you
going to
get
let me do the
with your
fucking thing?
podcast.
Tay,
You're
go
not
get
gonna-
coffee.
What the fuck?
Hey, go get coffee.
God.
Hey, go get coffee.
I'm going to
You deserve
this.
this.
Batch.
Don't try and don't. I didn't clog. I didn't clog my toilet and then try to blame it on someone else because they can't defend themselves. Okay, I didn't do that. It's not something I would do.
I only saw 5 people in total use your bathroom. And the 5 people included you. So there were only 4 other people that could have done this. And when I talked to them at the party or after the party, they said, yeah, I took a pee at the party, but I never pooped. So it was you.
So pod decks are cards that are really neat, and if you want like podcast topics for your very own podcast, they're just like funny recommendations. You know, it gets the brain juices flowing, gets you moving in a good direction. It's a really helpful tool. So why don't you try them out? And we're going to save you some money right now. That's our Christmas gift to you. We save you a little money. Who doesn't love a good deal? So go to poddecks.com and use code SWORDWATCH at checkout to receive 10% off your first order. Happy holidays from Shapeless Media to you. Go buy yourself some pod decks.
Now, that might be your Christmas gift, but your Hanukkah gift is the Pod Deck Last Laugh. You ready, gang?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
God, I hope this one has Christmas cheer. I hope you curated this.
What is something that everyone looks stupid doing?
Caroling.
Watching Tay's insane Mormon family have a Christmas sing-along while they just annoy their neighbors. Wait, do Mormons do Christmas carols?
No, Mormons don't celebrate Christmas, dumbass.
Do they not?
No, they don't celebrate anything. They don't even celebrate birthdays.
That's because they're too busy plowing all their wives.
Yeah, dude.
It's because they don't celebrate Christmas. They just love the caroling part. They just kind of love that whole shindig.
But they omit everything about like Jesus or the son being born, and they just have to like kind of mumble it.
They love singing and ham, and that's all they need.
I forgot what the question was. I was just so caught up in Mitt Romney and his very fuckable denims that he wears. God, he just fills those fuckers out like no one else.
Yeah,
Look, I don't want to be the one to say it. I don't want to be the one to say it. It's Christmas, but I'll fucking ruin the holiday party and say it. We should have elected Mitt Romney because he's thick.
That's horrible.
No, I'm not racist. I just think Mitt Romney should have won because he's got a fat ass.
I think you'd look stupid podcasting.
Nah, I think you look rad podcasting.
No,
I have multiple sexes a day probably because of my podcasting.
I don't believe you.
I don't care if you believe me or not. I'm having sex right now.
Tay, go
Whoa.
get coffee. Tori's having sex. Get out of the
I don't
room. Tori's
wanna
having
go
sex.
get coffee.
Go get coffee.
You guys are gonna fucking die from caffeine overdose.
I don't want you. I don't look, Tay. I'm trying to save you. I didn't want you to see that I'm plowing your stacked mom right now.
And there it is. There's the end of
That's
the show,
always the
everybody.
ender.
Yeah, that's always the ending right there.
Tyler, are you plowing Mitt Romney?
No, Mitt Romney is plowing him.
Yeah, he's a more man.